Hi, I'm Carla Hall, a member of the Los Angeles Times Editorial Board. If you are a registered voter in California, you should have already received a ballot in the mail for the September 14th special recall election. If you have already voted, good for you. You can go now. This message is for those of you who haven't voted yet. First thing, go find your ballot in the junk mail drawer and mark no on the question that asks if Governor Gavin Newsom should be kicked out of office. Take this election seriously. If a recall candidate gets elected, this won't be just a year-long lark as governor for him or her before the next election comes along. That person could do real damage to the state. Imagine the wrong-headed judges who could be appointed and the bad choices to run state agencies that could be made. From our point of view, Newsom has been a decent leader of this complicated, high-maintenance state during a really tough time in history. Remember, he had only been governor for 1 year when the most serious public health crisis in a century struck. And while it's easy to criticize him for not being the perfect pandemic governor, he actually did a pretty good job of balancing measures to protect people and to keep businesses afloat. Another reason to vote no on the recall? None of the 46 people who are listed on the ballot to replace him would do a better job, especially conservative radio host Larry Elder, who is the leading replacement candidate. How do we know? The editorial board asked them. You can find our interviews with the leading recall candidates and editorials about their stands on various policy topics on our website. But here's a summary. Most of them would remove the public health orders that are the only line of defense against COVID-19. They would reverse policies that have made California a global leader on climate change. They would undermine important criminal justice reforms from recent years that voters themselves adopted. They have misinformed and backward ideas about homelessness and schools and land use and more. Even if you vote no on the recall, you should vote for a replacement candidate, just in case the recall goes through. It's the second question on the ballot. But who? The law bars Newsom from running again, so we think the only candidate who comes close to being qualified is former San Diego Mayor Kevin Faulconer. He's a moderate Republican with some political skills, but he's not as innovative and forward-thinking as Gavin Newsom, who really is the best person to serve out the remainder of his term. So go vote.